welcome to Threaded Social Club. I'm Jess, and this is Yash.
I'm Yash. Hey everybody, we're just this little couple, and we just like to shop, you guys. No, we don't talk like this. For real.
So this is our first video, so we just like to take a second and tell you a little bit about ourselves. We got started in the reselling game with books. We were at the thrift stores, and we were getting books, and we just got into buying clothes, and just recently we learned about the bins.
Yes.
And we've
known about it.
We've known about them, but we've never been. And so we'd like to share our first haul from the bins.
By the way, do you guys like bins more or thrift stores? For all of you resellers out there that resell clothing, we're curious. So we have a question down in the comments below. If you guys like thrift stores more, go ahead and put a T down for thrift stores. And if you like the bins more, go ahead and put a B down below for bins. Because we're just curious. Bins, as you're going to see, we're going to show you guys all the numbers and stuff because we're both kind of nerdy that way. But me especially, bins are better for the cost, and but it takes a little more time. So we're just curious if it's what you guys think.
But bins are like a big treasure hunt.
They are.
You never know what you're going to find. You're always digging for treasures.
Like a box of chocolates.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
All right.
All right, first item.
So this is all from our very first time at the bins. And we were only there for 3 hours?
Yeah, we went later in the afternoon because we were just trying to feel it out a little bit.
Yep.
So I found this. This is a Guess shirt.
Is that corduroy?
It's corduroy. And why I really liked it is these buttons here are buffalo nickels. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Buffalo nickel style.
Right. Yeah, it's not an actual buffalo nickel. Duh. But that's why I thought it was interesting. And I think it's
Very
vintage. Nice. And I think that we can sell that for probably $24. But and I found that. This is my find.
I was gonna try to take credit for it.
No, it's mine.
$24.
Yes.
We're gonna give you a summary at the end of the profitability, but
right. Next item is this retro. It's a red label Tommy Hilfiger shirt. It's long sleeve. Yeah.
Kind of European racer style.
Yeah, it's kind of like
racing. Like something you'd find in Germany or something. I don't know.
Possibly, but it's
maybe
it's retro.
Germany
I
in
don't
the
think
90s.
it's vintage. It's retro. It's old, a little bit older. But I found this, and I don't think this is gonna go for a whole lot. Maybe $15 to $18. We could probably sell it for.
Where's all the stuff I found?
We're getting to it. I think I found this too.
I think you took some of my stuff.
No, I didn't. I found this. This is
Is that a Threaded Social Club shirt?
No, it's an Obey shirt.
Oh, okay.
Obey. We do really well with this brand if you can get it for cheaper. I just really like this. It's in good condition.
See that, guys?
We can probably sell that for $18 all day long.
You are getting very sleepy.
That's why you have to
the
get the Obey shirts for cheaper, especially if it's just a t-shirt. If you have like a more substantial jacket or sweater or something, you can probably get a little bit more out of it. But that goes in my pile.
Well, how much do we think we can get for that again?
Probably around 18.
Okay. Not bad.
Next up is this Champion tank top.
By the way, these prices, are these what we are willing to sell them for, or what you're going to start the price at? Because you put them on sale and stuff like that.
Starting prices.
Okay, so like this first one, you're going to start it at 24, but you'd probably take 20.
Yeah, exactly.
The second one, you're going to start it at 15, but you'd probably take 13.
Probably.
And this one, you'd probably take, you started at 18, but you'll take 15,
right.
14.
Yeah, and if I probably wouldn't, if I relived that day, I probably wouldn't have grabbed this, but it's our first day, we're just grabbing things, so we went with it. We'll see how it goes.
You like grabbing, don't you?
Yeah, totally. This is a Champion tank top, spell out logo. It's got the embroidered logo on the back.
Champion gear that I rock to get your boots knocked.
Oh yeah. I don't know what that's from.
We can't say.
Oh, okay.
We're not allowed to.
Oh, okay.
That's nice.
Yeah, I don't remember who got that one.
I think I got that one.
Oh, I don't think so, but I'll give it to you.
Okay, that's good.
And we can probably get at least 15. I might start that out at 18 and go down to 15.
Okay.
We'll
So
see.
so far it's 3-1. We get a little competitive with this.
I think you found this one.
Yep, definitely
This
did.
is a pink, like Victoria's Secret pink. What did I call it? Like a sweater.
Cardigan.
Cardigan. And it's Nebraska Huskers. And this will probably do really well right now because everyone's starting school. So.
And college football is about to start in T-3 weeks.
Like we don't know that.
Because we do the snack tray. Every Saturday we have a little snack tray that we put out.
So Yash found that one. And I think we can start that one out maybe around, I don't know, now maybe 2024, but we'll take like
I'm fine with Nebraska, but Ohio State sometimes I'm like, eh. But we still get it. I just don't like to look at it.
Like right now. This lovely Ohio State sweatshirt that you found at the bins.
Yeah, I couldn't pass it up because it's champion.
It's champion.
But I don't really want it in my pile. I think we put it in the middle.
But it's you found
Do you guys like Ohio State or Michigan more? And we'll have a comment down below. Put O for Ohio State and M for Michigan. I think the right answer is Michigan, but
this
we'll
this is a good one because it's like embroidered, not embroidered.
Yeah.
But it's not like,
patches.
Yeah, it's patches. It's not like screen print or anything.
Right.
So it's a really good one.
It's real patchy.
And that one.
Yeah, I don't really want to touch it.
Okay, well done then. I think we can
I'll
get
take credit for it.
$28 for that.
Okay, put it in the middle because I want credit, but I don't want it.
You don't want it touching your
Yeah,
hands.
I don't want it near me.
Okay. All right. It is a vintage Kansas City Chiefs crew neck. And it's called J Sportswear. I don't really know.
1993.
Yeah, 93.
That was the year that the Colorado Rockies, the first year.
There's a bit
Get
of
your wondering.
sports info for you.
Little trivia info. We're going to be playing Kahoot. If you guys like Kahoot, in future videos, we got all kinds of little games planned for the Kahoot. So make sure you pay attention to the details because we're going to be giving away entire hauls to the people who win the Kahoot. And we might even split it up into sections. So this might be a trivia question. What year was our Chiefs sweatshirt from?
1993.
Yep.
I think we can get.
I think I found that, right?
I don't remember, but
Yeah,
I'll give that to you.
I think I did.
Because I couldn't have found this much already.
Yeah, I found that.
So that one I think we can sell for around $22, but we'll take 20.
Really? Okay, yeah. I think it should start a little higher.
You think?
It's older.
Yeah, but there's some condition issues around.
Yeah, but people kind of sometimes.
Okay.
I'm shocked at what people. Anyway, I think it start a little higher.
Okay, we'll try it for higher. There's
Yeah.
no harm in that. Especially because we didn't, we don't have a ton invested in it
Right.
now. Okay, so the next thing is this Fila sweatshirt, and I don't think it's a vintage, but it's definitely retro. It looks older, and it's just plain. It's just got
It's just got the logo only.
Fila spell out logo, and it's got the crew neck here.
It's not too worn out.
No, it's actually in pretty good condition. I think we can get probably $24 to $20. I think I found that.
Okay.
The next thing you found, I'm certain, and it's these.
We're tied right now.
Yeah, Helly Hansen Tech Ski snowboard pants.
Well, those are legit.
Yeah, these are in really good condition. You can make sure if you ever find anything like this that you look at the bottom, like obviously where it wears out a lot. But these are in really good condition. They look like they've only been worn a couple times. So I think we can get like $38 out of these.
Wow. Really?
Maybe a little bit more if it's getting
Helly Hansen used to be really popular in the 90s when we were in high school.
Good one. That's a good find. Oh, you found these. These are diesel jeans. Yep, diesel jeans. They're men's. Zatany, regular. They're boot cuts.
Zatarans?
No, not Zatarans. They're in really good condition. I think we can get these are pretty good too. Probably like 35 bucks for those.
Okay.
We found those.
Yeah.
So
This
far.
is the first thing, I remember this. This is the very first thing that I found.
Oh really?
And it was in a bin that, we didn't even tell you guys how it works. And most of you guys watching probably know how it works. But for those of you who don't know how the bins work, it's called the Goodwill outlet. And most people think that it's all the stuff that didn't sell in the Goodwill. It's partially that, but it's also stuff that they just didn't have enough space for. And you can tell if it has a Goodwill tag on it. This is actually, I think, a pretty strong misconception. I haven't seen a lot of other videos explaining. I think most of the other videos kind of assume it all was in the store.
Right.
But that's not true. I think in ours, the ones that we go to, most of it actually was never in a store.
Right.
And so anyway, they haul out these bins, is what they call it that, and then everyone has slightly different rules, and you line up, and then they say shop, and you can't touch it until they say shop. And this one was actually already picked over, and I still found this.
Yeah.
After everybody picked over it.
Yeah. I was just at the bins in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and most of their stuff was already from the store because you could tell because it has the tags and the shoes have the rubber bands. So
yep.
Ours are pretty good for that. Okay, next thing is hold on a second here. I found these vintage Reebok sneakers.
Those are pretty sweet.
Yep. We can probably sell these for we can sell vintage Reebok sneakers all day long. We can probably sell these for about 42 bucks. Well, but I'll probably take 35 if need be, but I doubt they'll stay around that long. They go quickly.
Yep.
I found those. Let's see. Blizzard 2 winter snow work boots. I think that's these. So we found lots of people were passing these up. These Sorel boots we've sold these in the past and we've done really well with them. So we actually got quite a few at this trip. We can sell these probably for like 48 bucks.
Wow.
And
even though it's a little jacked up back here.
Yeah, but that's just really cosmetic. Like, okay. Most people are going to be wearing these.
Oh, these are like activity, not fashion.
Exactly. Boots. Yeah. So when people are buying these, they're looking for, rugged, waterproof. They're not. Yeah. The
soles are pretty good, right?
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Look at it.
Yeah,
Looks like
those
they
are
hardly
worn.
So
maybe an animal did that. I bet you that was like a cat or something.
Yeah, or it got tossed around in the bins or something. Anyways, I can't remember if you found these or not.
I think I found most of the boots. Okay, so except for the Joan of Arctic ones. I'll put these on the ground.
I don't think we have the Joan of Arctics in this trip.
Oh, okay.
There's the other one.
Yep.
Okay, next is the Caribou Winter Snow Boots, more Sorels. We have two that are very similar. These are pretty worn. We can probably still get 28, 30 bucks out of them.
Okay.
And then we have another pair.
The soles are in great condition.
Yeah, the soles are in good condition. They're just kind of worn up.
Hopefully that's not poo stash.
The next pair are in better condition. The soles are still really good. These can probably get about $10 more, so probably 38 bucks.
Are these the Biff Tannen boots?
Biff Tannen, no. Okay, let's see.
I think you
Next
found one of
is-
these. I think you did.
I
You find
can't
these?
remember. I think I found the in the next
You
shirt.
found
when we found more
these,
boots.
I think.
Okay. Alright, well I'll take it.
Yeah.
Okay. The
What
next
if we tie?
Oh my god, I don't know.
Oh my
What's
god.
the tiebreaker?
I don't know. Let's like think of something.
Okay. Anywho, the next item is these North Face boots, which are in pretty good condition. We can probably get.
I found these in the hardware section.
Oh really?
Yeah.
We can probably get about $45 for these.
Yeah, I don't know why you
Really
would
good
pass those
condition.
up. I don't get it.
I don't know. I think that a lot of the people that were shopping there were shopping for
They were the
warm,
Mexico buyers.
warm,
they were going
warm
for-
weather.
Going for kids stuff in the hardware section. These are like legit.
Yeah, those are a good find.
If I ever went outdoors, I might look at something like this.
If I needed to haul some stuff,
We are doing a haul.
I mean moving it. If I was trying to haul some weight,
Okay.
I might need to get me a nice pair of work boots there.
I'm not really into hauls unless it's
Shopping.
Next item, Green Bay Packers.
bling.
Sequined beanie hat, brand new. Still has
Gangsta.
the tags on it. We can probably get about $22 for that, and I found that. I also found this one.
$22 for really? I don't know about that.
$20.
Maybe started.
We're gonna start at 22, but we can probably get $20.
I guess it does have the tag on it, but new with tags from the bins.
It still has the tag on it.
I know, it's just funny.
And WT, guys.
Anyways, I found this next item.
Did you see what he was wearing at the bins? The guy who almost got this?
No.
It was SODD.
How would you know if he was wearing the same outfit? We weren't there the day.
SODD, you guys, is same outfit, different day. Like, if you ever see it, oh my god. Make sure you let them know that they're an SODD-er. Okay.
So that means I have to tell you that every day.
Hey.
I found this. I think this is my favorite find. This is a retro Denver Nuggets beanie.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
The little.
Let's put it up so we can
What
see
what
the
is that guy called?
The nugget digger.
No, it's a what do you call it?
It's a gold miner.
Yeah, gold miner. It's the
I
gold
think so.
miner.
That's mine, right?
No, I found that. Okay.
Moving along.
Moving along, I found this next item, this vintage Reebok t-shirt. It's got like
Didn't this sell already?
no, it's got it's like made up of miniature American flags. It's red, white, and blue. I like this one too. This was a good
Maybe I
find.
saw an offer for that.
It is listed, but it has not sold yet, obviously, or I wouldn't be holding on to it.
Well, yeah, I just remembered. I have an image. It must have been in my mind of an offer.
Yeah, I think somebody lowballed
Yeah,
us.
that obviously it didn't sell if you're holding it.
This can
Dare.
probably sell for maybe, I'll start at 24, but it does have some issues on the back. There are some stains. They're not probably very visible on the camera, but there is some issues back there. But I'll probably end up taking 18 or 20 just because of the stains issues. But if this was in really good condition, I'd sell it
Dish.
for more than that.
It's got little flags on there, so that would have been good for 4th of July.
I did put it up on 4th of July
Oh,
on
you did?
Instagram.
On IG.
Oh, this is, you found that.
Oh, another Obey.
Yeah.
Obey propaganda
Crew neck sweater.
crew neck sweater. And I don't know, it's got a cool pattern, kind of like a landscape pattern. You know, it's pretty sweet. This is something I would wear actually if I wasn't SODDing on the regs.
I think it's a women's though, just by the sizing.
Yeah, that doesn't matter.
I know, but I'm just letting you know. So we're gonna probably start that out at 28, but we'll probably take 24 for that.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Okay.
It's a
I
good
know.
find.
I know.
And then I found this one.
Ooh.
It's a vintage Hawaiian
90s.
shirt, and I love it because it's like a color block and with the the contrasting pocket, and then in the back It has the split here in the back, so I really love this. I will probably start this one out a little bit higher too. I think it's cool. I think people like it, so I'm gonna start it out 28. But I'll
This
take
looks
a look
like
at this.
it's totally a hipster
Yeah,
item.
people will love it. I love it. If you love it, let me know.
Yeah.
This is my pile.
Yeah, if anybody really, really wants any of this stuff, let us know. We might be able to hook it up.
Hook it up.
Was that the last thing?
That was the last item.
Okay, cool. Let's go over to the. You can keep it over there.
Okay.
Let's just flip over to our little spreadsheet.
This one.
I wanted to point out a couple things because I don't think anyone's doing this, with bad intent or anything. But I noticed that on a lot of videos where they're talking about hauls, whether that be the bins or the thrift stores or what have you, that they talk about how much it's going to sell for. We gave you, how much we think we can get for these individual items. We're going to let you know what the total is here in a second. But I noticed that when people talk about how much money they're making, they say, it's going to sell for $500 and we paid, what was it? We paid 37 something for it at the bins.
37, 38.
And then they're like, oh, that's it. I made the difference. And it's
Right.
like, hey, wait a minute. What about all the time you spent buying that stuff? What about the time you spent listing it? I know that I hope you washed it.
Right.
That all costs money, not just dollars, but time.
Right.
So I like to look at it two ways. And I think either of these ways are equally valid. So if you're going to think about it, if you're doing this stuff yourself, then you have to remember that there's only so much time in your day. So, if we're trying to grow this business and scale it, which we are, right, we're not going to be able to we did 3 hours, right? But we could do 8 hours, and then we're going to be pretty tired. We got to come home and list, right? We're not going to be able to do much more than 8 hours a day.
Right.
So however much stuff we can get in 8 hours, that if we're in a steady state and everything, we're selling as much every day as we're listing and we're sourcing, then we're not going to be able to sell more than the amount of stuff that we're getting every day. So for us, we think that was about $573 if you add up all the individual, how much we think we can sell each item for. 573. If that was 3 hours, maybe we could double that. So $1,000. If we're doing that ourselves, we're not going to be able to make much more than $1,000 in revenue. That's just in the revenue sales side per day. So we like doing this, but we want to grow this. We still want to do it ourselves once in a while, but we want to hire other people to do this for us, and we already have done that on the listing side. So the way we think about it is either we count our time and we look at how much money we make per hour, or we think about how much it would have cost to replace us. So if somebody would have done the sourcing for us, how much do we have to pay them? So those are two different ways of looking at it. So the first way, if we think about how much did we make per hour? Because our opportunity cost is to go get a job. We could make, I don't know, somewhere $28 an hour, $30 an hour, something like that would be a decent job, I think, for most people. So, if you add up all those individual items, it came out to about $573, right? If you subtract PayPal fees and eBay fees, it gets you down to about $498.78, and then the total costs, excluding our time, was $91.22. So that includes we pay someone $2.50 for each listing to list it. We went and we laundered this stuff. That cost about $3.84 to launder all of it, and then the items themselves cost at Goodwill, we paid $37.38. So all those three add up to $91.22. That gives you a net profit of $407.56. We spent about 6 hours total sourcing, laundering, and shipping it out and prepping it. We're not counting the listing time because we paid somebody to do that, right? So 6 hours of our time went in to make the $407.56. So if you divide 6 into $407.56, you got $68 an hour. So we made $68 an hour. If we want to keep doing this ourselves, we're paying ourselves $68 an hour, you guys. That's That's awesome. I mean, I don't know if I can get a job for $68 an hour. I don't know about you or you guys, but what's the minimum wage? $13, $25 is a good, I think, a good rate. I mean, this is like more than 3 times that, right?
13 is way more than minimum wage.
13 is more than minimum wage?
Yeah, here it's 11.10.
Didn't it just move up to 30? Okay. Anyway, so that's one way of looking at it. I call that the cost of your time method. Then the other method I look at ROI is if instead of us doing all the sourcing, the prepping, the shipping, if we paid somebody else to do that, we think it would have cost about $60. We would pay somebody a commission, like $3 per item. We got 20 items. So we pay them $60 to source it. We pay them $1.50 for the prepping and shipping aspect of it per item. So that's another $30. So you basically add another $90 to the mix, and same payoff for your payoff after fees is $498.78. Your costs are now $181.22, and you have $317.56 left over. And you are, if you calculate your ROI off of that, you are going to take your $317.56, that's your net profit, and you're going to divide it by the total amount of money that you invested out of your pocket, which is $181.22, and that's like your ROI, return on investment, which is 175%. And that's a holding period ROI. So however long it takes this stuff to sell, let's say we sold all this stuff in 3 months. That means you made 175% over that 3 months. So if you divide that by 3, it's about what you're making, excluding compounding. But that's about what you're making each month. And I don't know about you, but I don't know any investment out there where I can make 100. Like I've never invested in a stock market or anything, even sneakers, where I could put money in and then 3 months later get 175% ROI out of that. So that's pretty good. You get your initial investment back, plus you get 1.7 on top of that. So if you put in $1, you're gonna get $2.75 back. So we'll play that game all day long, right? And the cool way of thinking about that is that now you're talking about scalable, because you're counting the cost of sourcing it and prepping it and shipping it. And if you can hire more people, you can do that in all over the country. You're making 175% ROI over and over again. So what did you think about the items that you found? They're pretty good?
Yeah, I love my items, and I think overall I got better quality items than you did.
Really? I don't know.
I think my items are going to sell a lot faster.
Well, let's let them decide. So if they want to vote, what are they doing with the voting thing you came up with?
So if you think my items are better, if you like
them
items,
more.
If you like my items better, then drop a J.
In the we have a question down below. Whose items do you like more?
Yep. And if you like Yash's items better, then drop a Y.
Yeah. So there's a question right down there. I think you like mine more. I'm not going to touch that Ohio State thing, but you know it's there. Let me just give you the highlights again. Remember, we got this 93 Chiefs and the Helly Hansen.
And your boots.
And all those boots.
Yeah.
So I think you should reply with a Y down below to that question that says,
yeah,
whose
but
items
my
do you like
vintage
more?
Reebok sneakers are way better than all of your stuff put together.
Yeah, those are pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll see what you guys think. Definitely check out our channel for more videos on shopping and selling. We're going to have a bunch more videos coming up. And if you enjoyed watching this, naturally, hit that like button down below, that thumbs up. You know, if you ever have any questions or video suggestions, in addition to answering those fun questions that we gave you throughout the video, leave a comment below. And most importantly, if you guys want to keep watching these videos, make sure you smash that subscribe button below. All right, and we'll see you guys next time. Love y'all.
Love y'all.